press, you will cross the line and will win the championship.
Let's get started. Your bedroom should be a place where you can retreat to for
Hello, race fans, and welcome here to the V8 Supercar Americas Series presented by V8 Online. I'm JD Smith. With me tonight to call all the action will be Kane Kraft. Also, Jim Davey here available with us for in-race reporting. Guys, want to let you know tonight's broadcast will be presented in beautiful high definition, and as always, presented to you by our wonderful sponsors, V8 Supercar Fan Group, Direct Clutch Services, and the V8 Online Superstore, our very own. Guys, it's been a wonderful season so far. Our next installment this week coming to you from the Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. A fun track, 38 laps, a track that is well known for its famous corkscrew. Love this place to death. How's it going, Kane? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Laguna Seca. This track is a lot of fun to watch. It's not as fun to drive. It's definitely got a tough couple spots in this track, but it's still fun to drive. What am I saying? It's a lot of fun, but it's tough. But yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. We got a full field of race cars here tonight, 22 cars, and we got two splits. There's 21 cars in the second split tonight, so a lot of people came up to race here at Laguna Seca. It's going to be a good night for racing.
Oh, it always is. 38 laps, as you know. A lot of laps, pretty long, pretty nice sized race tonight. And one of the things that I love about the Laguna Seca is it is very challenging for these V8 supercars. It is a very, 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 very difficult track to get down fast. And I think we're going to see a lot of passes tonight. We may not see, it's going to be hard to pass, but I think we'll see a lot of it. I really do. Because of the difficulty of this track, you're going to see mistakes happen, even from these really awesome drivers. A lot of drivers, as we have 22 drivers up here in the top split. That is a lot of guys on the track. I'm really happy to see this turnout.
Yeah, big turnout tonight. Let's go through the season standings while we got just a second here. And take a look at how we're standing. Tony Aldridge in the number one spot. He's got a little over 100-point lead over Bo Cubis. Curtis Chipaway in third. Mike Fulcher in fourth. Jake Burton's in fifth tonight. Nigel Baines in sixth. Marlon McMullins in seventh. Marty Carroll's in 8th, Corey Preston's in 9th, Sam Sutton is in the 10th spot in the season standings. So season standings are shaping up to be a good close battle. Between second and fourth place, there's 20 points separating the guys. So it's really going to be a close season. Let's take a look at the team points while we got a second. Power Bond Daco, that's Curtis and Marlon, they're up in the number one position there with 1389. KRT with Mike Fulcher, and I'm not sure who is in the performance team. Jim, do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember. Why you put me on the spot?
Well, that's normally JD that does that, but yeah, they've got a couple teams there, the performance team and the evolution, and I'm not quite sure who's in what, but I think.
Give me a second, I'll look it up.
But High Tech Sim Racing is in third. That's Bo Cubis and someone else. And
hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on.
No need to worry.
It's KRT Performance is Mark Anderson and Mike Fulcher. KRT Evolution is Sam Collins and Corey Preston.
You're so awesome. Can you tell me who is in High Tech Sim Racing aside from Bo Cubis?
Which one? High Tech Sim Racing is Sanjin and Bo. High Tech Sim Racing 2 is Chris Bean and Jason Dixon. Then High Tech Sim Racing Billy Evolvo is Graham Filand, Dale Niche when he races, and me when I race, which is few and far between now.
Then we got the SDC Motorsports North American. That's Nigel Baines. And
And
Chad Chastain.
there you go.
All right, we're out of time. So that's how the team wraps up. Now let's see if I can get this race up here on the screen.
That's it, man. Let's take a look about how things are going to shape up here as the guys are in warm-ups. Look at how the starting grid will shape up for the evening. It's going to be Bo Kubis on the pole tonight. Speaking of the high-tech oils, Ford Falcon, great qualifying time by him. He'll be starting with a time of 121.763. Tony Ottridge will be on that outside pole position. A great qualifying time for him in the hybrid racing simulations Ford. Back in third, it'll be Chad Chastain, Michael Fulcher in fourth. Jake Burton races and starts in the fifth position. Curtis Chipaway sixth. Dennis Guterric going to start tonight in seventh. Good start for Dennis. Ian Ford in the eighth slot. Marty Carroll, last week's winner, in ninth. Chris Stone in the 10th spot. Aaron Hamilton will be in 11th. Richard Elward, 12th. Corey Preston, Sam Collins, Sanjay Lilac makes run through 15. Then you have Martin Creamers, Adam Harden, Corey Peters, Ryan Shelton, Graham Filan, Jason Brunton, Matt Yeomans, 22nd. The guys are getting ready. The lights should be coming on soon, and we're getting ready to go racing in the western United States, boys and girls. Welcome to the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca for your V8 Americas action right here on V8's Online. The lights are gone. They're lighting up. The revs are high. Let's go racing, boys. This is what it's all about.
Awesome. That action back in the back is the
it's going to be Richard Elward involved. He's going to get turned up on his side, guys. Not a good start for the Mad Cow Racing Machine. He will get going, but he's going to have to try to get that car back around into pits. It is badly damaged. Oh, with all that heated action in the back, we got a big race going up here towards the front. Bo Kubis is got the lead, but right now Tony Ottridge gets around Chad Chastain. It's getting really big close up here. Big racing action up here. The hybrid racing simulations of Tony Ottridge gets right ahead of Curtis Chipaway in second. Back there we have a good battle going on for the fourth position too. Marty Carroll jumps up big time, and a great start from the V8 Supercars, New Zealand Ford Falcon, and the SDC Motorsports man. Marty Carroll, big jump up early. He jumped up to fourth, guys, from ninth on that start. Beautiful, beautiful driving there by the number 8 car, Marty Carroll. Following up behind him, it is Ian Ford in the Dimmadov Ford Falcon. He's got his sights right there on Marty, up in the position ahead. We look back behind Ian Ford, guys. It's Michael Fulcher in the KRT Performance Racing Machine, and he is pushing hard. It's a great first lap here. Bo Kubis will come across as our leader here in the first lap of our race tonight. We have 38 total laps to complete. The high-tech oils Ford Falcon looks very good so far. Not being challenged at the moment, but he does have a tough battle, and Tony Ottridge coming up behind in second.
Dennis Guterric in the top split for the second week in a row. He's back in the 7th spot. His internet connection's giving him a little bit of fits tonight, but Aaron Hamilton right on the bumper giving him a challenge for that 7th position.
That seems to be an ongoing issue with Dennis, and I really hope it holds out. It held up last week. There have been times in the past where it's not held up, though, so hopefully it works for him.
I want to remind everybody that there is a 17 count incident limit. So these guys, you see them hitting the dust every once in a while. If they get off tracks and stuff, that counts as an incident point. So they're going to want to be extra careful, because 17 of those babies and they're going home.
That's a good point.
I tell you, JD and Kane, this track, especially in the V8, it's like you said earlier, it is so difficult to pass. There's only 2 good opportunities. One is going down into the Andretti hairpin, turn 2 there. The other one, if you get a good run through 10 on somebody, you can maybe make a pass going into the final turn, turn 11. Other than that, there's so many turns where it just seems so wide and open, so inviting to make a passing attempt, and it just sucks you in, and then you get a contact and both cars end up out of the race normally.
It's a very good point. We got a great three-way battle right now for the 4th position. Marty Carroll trying to hold on dear to his 4th spot that he earned really, really good at the start of the race, but now is very much in danger as Ian Ford puts on tons of pressure from the rear. Here he tries right now. He also has another driver coming up behind him. That's going to be Michael Fulcher of Kamikaze Racing. So, guys, good little 2-car battle. Well, it was a 3-car battle. The front 2 are starting to break away from that. And up here in the front, though, kind of pretty wide open at the moment, as Bo Cubis is pretty safe from Tony Ottridge at the moment. He has a little bit of time between him and Curtis Chipaway as well back in 3rd. But once you get past the Ian Ford battle, here goes a good, Ian Ford is off, guys. That's going to allow a side-by-side attempt here from the KRT driver of Michael Fulcher. And they're going to go side-by-side down into this left-hander, and that's going to give the advantage to Michael Fulcher. Can he stick the turn? He does on the final turn of the lap, and a beautiful job there to take advantage of a mistake from Ian Ford as our Michael Fulcher moves up into the top 5.
Yeah, Marty Carroll made a mistake coming out of the left-right. What do they call that, Jim? Remember that real quick left-hander, right-hander? It's right off the tip of my tongue.
The corkscrew?
That's it, the corkscrew. God, it was right there on the tip of my tongue. I just couldn't get it out. But yeah, so Marty Carroll got a little goofed up coming out of the corkscrew, and that allowed Ian Ford to get right up next to him, and Marty was in some pretty big danger there from Ian Ford, and then Ian got off into the gravel, and then that allowed Fulcher to get around.
What a pass right there. I just watched, guys. Dennis Gutierrez makes a move. Now contact's going to be made between Aaron Hamilton and Sam Collins. Through the corkscrew now, and there was contact made going through it. Unbelievable. And now we're going to see if he can make it past Sam Collins. This is big-time side-by-side racing right now, guys. Aaron Hamilton trying his best to hang on and stick this thing out, but it's not going to be easy. He has got all kinds of pressure put on from this Kamikaze machine through the final turn here, heading down to start the new lap. What a race going on right here. Boy, we have all kinds of action around this track. Goodness gracious.
Good to see Chris Stone back again. I see him back there behind Sam Collins. So Chris Stone's back for another race here in the Americas Series.
Yeah, Chris Stone in the Overclockers Australia Ford Falcon. And he's got his size set on passing that KRT machine in front of him of Samuel Collins. And that is the 9th position. So as we watch the battle for 9th, it'll be fun to see if Chris Stone tries to make a move here early. It's only lap 5, guys, of 38, so still a lot of racing to be done. But if you're thinking about winning this bad boy, you want to try to be pushing up towards the front now, and a lot of ground to cover. I really like how these guys are driving through the corkscrew tonight. They're not taking it with ease. They are flying through it. Oh, here goes a pass attempt right here, guys. Sam Collins now going to come up beside Aaron Hamilton, and there's going to be a little bit of brush contact, not much more. And as they come into this hard left-hander, the final turn of this track, I'm telling you, coming down, it's going to be a race to the start-finish line. Who's going to get it? It's going to be close. Looks like Sam Collins might have edged out Chris Stone there and counted 9th for the lap. But wow, these two battle. We got a car coming up behind them, and that car is Martin Creamer's of Mad Cow Racing. And the Moo Cow machine coming up in a hurry, boys.
Yeah, behind Martin got Sanjin Dalalik having a pretty good run here tonight. Finds himself up in the 2nd position, looking pretty racy. Behind him, Ryan Shelton having a great race up in the 13th spot, sticking right with Sanjin. So Ryan Shelton, newcomer to the series, doing really good here.
Man, just fantastic racing all over the track. Right now, guys, your leader, Bo Cubis, out in front, and right now he is just putting down solid lap after solid lap, and no worries for him at the moment. He's coming around the final turn here at the Mazda Raceway, and he's going to come across now to start lap 7, and a beautiful lap time there, a lap of 123.36. We look at Tony Autrich, he puts down a lap time of 124.3. So a little bit faster for both Biss. So the rich get richer, boys. Our leader out, running away with it.
Curtis Chipway is looking pretty good here. He's sticking with Tony Autrich. I think we'll see Curtis catch up to Tony and really put on a good battle for that second position. But it might take him a few laps to get there. But I think we're going to see Curtis get a little race going on with Tony.
Well, one thing we missed a little bit ago, guys, was Michael Fulcher made his way around Marty Carroll. So Marty, after jumping to that huge start and earning that 4th position, dropped and lost a position. He's now back in 5th, and Michael Fulcher is on a tear to the front.
Yeah, Mike Fulcher's got some great speed here. He won the race here last night, so he knows he's got the speed. Getting stuck in traffic definitely hurt him a little bit, but now he's got some clean air. He might be able to run down Curtis if, we got a lot of laps left here, so I'm sure that's his goal.
Ian Ford, I thought he was going to try to make a push through the corkscrew. Let's see what he does through the final turn here. He's going to try to get on the inside of Marty Carroll. Can't get it done. These two have been battling for a little while now. As we remember them battling for 4th earlier, now the battle is for 5th. But I tell you what, they're back at it again, and Ian Ford does not want to be behind that V8 Supercars New Zealand Ford Falcon. He wants to get up and around him in a hurry, and he's going to try. Look at this, really aggressive. He's actually going to lose a little time there through there. He went in too aggressive into turn, so that was able. Nice drive out from Marty Carroll. I like the drive out he's getting out of the turns, guys. It's really helping him. He's getting a lot of drive off out of the corners. Dennis Gutierrez back here, and he's riding in the 7th position right now, guys. He started 7th, saw him fall back, and then make a pass or two to get back to 7th. So it will be fun to see how he races in the race tonight as he's back to where he started.
Ian Ford still putting that serious pressure on Marty Carroll. Gets a little off track there, but loses a little bit of time to Marty, but he'll reel that back in as we got a couple turns coming up that then we got the big straight, which will allow him to catch right up.
Guys, let's talk about a guy that had a rough start, Jake Burton. Jake started the race today in 5th. And I'm trying to see exactly what happened as he exited the race. He had a great start, was right behind leader Bo Cubis. And I'm just watching the replay from early in the race. We were watching what was happening in the back of the pack. We kind of missed what happened to him. And he was racing hard with Tony Autrich and lost a position or two, and then he lost another one to Curtis Chipaway. Something was going on with the car, it seemed. Marty Carroll got around him, and I'm not sure how he exited. I'm trying to fast forward real fast and find out what. Oh, he wrecked out, guys. That's exactly what happened. So a tough job, and I don't see how he wrecked out. It looks like he just lost it or drove it into the wall on purpose. I don't know exactly what happened, but might have been a connection issue. Jake Burton out of the race, boys. That was a tough start for him. All right, guys, our leader, our leader, Bo Cubis, will start lap 10 here of 38. Has a ton of room to play and just enjoy his race as he has open road ahead, plenty of clean air in front. Tony Autrich still up in 2nd as he has Curtis Chipaway coming up on his, coming up about 2 car lengths behind him, maybe 3. And Kurt Chipaway has been trying to catch up, and I thought he was going to close in on him, but it's just kind of stayed the same as Tony Autry just tried to keep a safe distance away from the Dayco Ford Falcon. And looks good at the moment. Back there in fourth, it is Michael Fulcher. He's riding a solo at the moment. No worries for him. In fifth, it's still a battle between drivers Marty Carroll and Ian Ford. That battle is for fifth position, and they have been going at it for the last at least 3 or 4 laps I know of. And it's not going to end, it looks like. They're going to continue to go at it. But while they go at it, that's allowing Dennis Katerik to start to close in a little bit, the 18 car. And Dennis Katerik, be fun to see if he can get up and make this a 3-car battle. Back behind Dennis, it is Aaron Hamilton in 8th. 9th is Chris Stone. Sam Collins rounds out our top 10. Martin Creamers runs in 11th. Ryan Shelton 12th. Sanjin Delilik is in the 13th spot with Corey Peters in 14th. Matt Yeomans is in 14th. Richard Elward back in, Matt Yeomans in 15th. Richard Elward's in 16th. Graham Filan in 17th. Jason Brunton in 18th. Adam Harden is in 19th. And Corey Preston is in the pits, guys. Car has some damage to it. And he's currently 3 laps down in 20th place. Chad Chastain and Jake Burton round out the 22-car field. Both of their days are done.
Ryan Shelton got around Sanjin for that 12th spot. So, Ryan having a great race today. Sanjin's not going to let him get far, though. Sanjin's going to be putting that pressure back on there for that 12th spot before long.
Well, I'll take this point in the race and talk to Jim Davey. Jim, tell us a little bit about what's going on in the second split tonight.
Well, we've had an eventful race, that's for sure. At the moment, Stanley Phillips is leading with about a second over Andrew Vince. Jason Berg is in third. David Shutt is in fourth. We were watching Rory Windrum run fifth with Katie Rose Taranto right behind him in sixth. However, there was an incident earlier in the race where Rory had spun Katie after an incident. So Rory actually just gave the spot back to her to redress that situation. So now we got Katie in fifth and Rory in sixth. Jason Quire seventh, Bobby Cheney eighth, Rory Folsom in ninth, Abby Beckert in 10th, Dean Flavel 11th, Nicholas Caressel in 12th, Eamon Young 13th, Tony Lynch 14th, Santiago Iglesias 15th, David Terry 16th, John Payne 17th, Samuel Dowdy 18th, Peter Simons 19th, Brad Lemon 20th, and unfortunately Anthony Maneris is in 21st. He never actually took the grid. It's been an incident-filled race, I would say. Not really cars coming into contact with each other, but there are a lot of off-tracks happening, and I would not be surprised to see quite a few disqualifications by the end of the race, to be honest.
Wow, sounds like a pretty eventful second split. A lot of great drivers, up-and-comers in that second split. A lot of cars here in the top split tonight, so it's a busy race week here in the V8's America Series. So thanks for that update, Jim. And we'll be hope you keep us updated throughout the afternoon.
Oh, absolutely.
Now remember, guys, Marty Carroll was battling hard with Ian Ford. This pit stop will break that battle up for the moment. And I wonder, might be by design. Ian Ford's still out there on the track, though. He's going to hang out for a little while. I was looking at Ian Ford's Falcon out there, and I was noticing he has a little bit of damage to the hood of his car, and it doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. But if you look on the passenger side, I guess it really isn't a passenger side, but on the left side of his Ford Falcon, you see the damage on his Demidov Innovations Ford, and it doesn't seem to be hindering his driving at all. But he definitely got into something earlier. It'll be something to watch.
Another one of the things I'm noticing is as the leaders come through to lap some of the back markers, which, I mean, you're going to get a lot of them this week. So it is a free track. A lot of people trying well, not free, comes with the service when you first subscribe. But it's a tough track to get lapped on, too, especially with people that aren't used to the car, used to the track. So, I mean, I've heard a little bit of complaining from some of the leaders in this split. Unfortunately, it comes with the territory.
That's it. That's part of it. And over here in the first split, guys, got a really busy pit road at the moment. Chris Stone currently in the pits. Aaron Hamilton. So got all kind of stuff going on here in pit road, guys. A lot of guys go ahead. Also, the Mad Cow racing machine coming in. Richard Elward, he was involved earlier in that early race incident. He's rebounded okay for... I'll be honest, I thought his day was going to end, and he's still in this thing. He's in 19th now, but he is still on the lead lap at the moment. He's in the pits and heading back out. It'll be interesting to see how he ends in this race. The Mad Cow team doing a good job of keeping that Ford on the track, and the 15 car back out. Nice quick pit there from Richard Elward, and we definitely know he has the talent out there. He just had a really rough start. I like to see this push in this drive that he has, that no matter what happens, I'm going to get back out there and try to get up and get the best possible result. That's the fight that you like to see in these guys, and that's what we have right here.
Yeah, he had a tough break on the start. His teammate Chris Stone had a tough time getting off the start. They just didn't get the speed off the start, and it really bunched everybody up, and Richard went in there kind of to get around him, but everybody ended up getting together and had a big mess.
Matt Yeomans is in this pit stall, guys, getting work done there in the green and black Ford Falcon. So pit stop starting to cycle through, guys. I'm trying to think if our leaders have been through. Bo Cubis and Tony Ottridge, they have not. So we'll be interesting to see when our top four decide to go in, because that is Bo Cubis, Tony Ottridge, Curtis Chipaway, and Ian Ford. Also Sam Collins up there in that top five. And they didn't decide to do it this time, boys, so going to be fun to see when they decide to do so. One thing I have noticed is Bo Cubis up over 6.5 second lead over Tony Ottridge and Curtis Chipaway. So his lead continues to grow just ever so slightly every lap. And you've got to give him a lot of credit. The High-Tech Oils Ford Falcon is set up for success this week. I'm sure he's put a lot of work in over the week. And watch him make me sound silly, boys, if he comes in and says, well, I just got out there and just had a good run. I didn't really have a lot of time this week to prepare, but it looks like it anyways. He looks like he's put in a lot of work. Everything seems to be running his way at the moment. No challenges except for his own. It's his own race. The only one that can ruin this race for him is himself. And I've yet to see him do that, so things are definitely looking in his favor at this point in the race. But guys, a long way to go today. It's only lap 16 of 38, so we still got a long way to go. Anything's still very possible. Don't go anywhere if you're out there watching the race live. We do want to let you know that we are happy to have you guys here on the watching the broadcast. All the viewers out there, make sure you leave tons of comments on our YouTube and subscribe and like, and we're happy to have you guys out there tonight. We appreciate you coming by and watching the Americas Series, and we'd love to have you. It's a great race out here tonight. Still wanting to know if our Curtis Chipaway is going to pass Tony Ottridge. Now, Curtis Chipaway has went down pit road. He's decided out of these front runners, he'll be the first one to come down pit road, and he's getting work done right now on the Dayco Ford Falcon. We'll see how the car does and how he does getting back out there. We should see Tony Ottridge and Bo Cubis come down pit road real soon. You'd think so anyways. Looks like we're going to have another guy come down pit road, boys. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Shelton, and the newcomer does hit his pit stall, so more pit stops being done here on lap 16.
Curtis Chipway is going to come out behind Corey Peters, who's up in the 6th place. He has not pitted yet, so he'll be ducking into the pits before long. That'll move Curtis up a little bit more. Sanjin's still out. He still needs to pit. Sam Collins as well. All these top, Bo Cubis and Tony Autry still as well. The top 2 still needing to pit as well.
Yeah, Bo Cubis just rounded around the final turn not just too long ago, just started a new lap. And so he won't be hitting the pits this lap anyhow. We'll see if he does the next time around. And now, guys, lap 18 of 38. And tell you what, this is just making Bo Cubis look like he owns the joint now that he's out there in his own picture. You can literally put the camera on him and you won't see any cars around. It looks like he's in a test session. And that's what he likes to see.
Tony Autry has entered his pit box and is getting the work done on his car, so Bo Cubis is the only one left out of the top 3 to hit the pits.
Here's some racing, boys. Got a big one. It's going to be between Curtis Chipaway and Michael Fulcher side by side racing. And look, Tony Autry's going to be coming out right in front of these groups. Oh, the KRT machine thought he was going to get turned around. He was a lot of force coming through the turn, and that allows Curtis Chipaway to get back in front. And this is an excellent battle for position between Michael Fulcher, Curtis Chipaway.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Mike Fulcher gained a lot of room there by pitting a little early. That put him right up in the battle with Curtis Chipaway and Tony Autry for that 2nd position.
Man, he had it too, boys. He had it. He just got a little bit too excited, drove in a little too hard, and that allowed for the Dayco machine, the power bond of Curtis Chipaway to get ahead. And that's going to be fun to see if he can rebound himself and see if Fulcher can get up there with him. He's losing a lot of time right now, guys.
Tell you what, Tony Autry and Curtis Chipaway are the same exact distance they are after the pit stops as they were before the pit stops. So Curtis Chipaway has ended up, caught back up to Tony Autry. Of course, he had to pass Mike Fulcher to do it, but now he's in the exact same distance behind, 0.8 seconds. It dipped down to 0.9 right at this second, and now a full second. But he was right there at the 0.8 mark, and that's exactly where it was before the pits.
Well, definitely, it looks like it is a team strategy for the High-Tech Oils bunch. Both Bo Cubis and Sanjin Delilac are both sitting out. They have not made their pit stops yet, so it'll be interesting to see when they'll make their stops. They're riding 1 and 2 at the moment by design. They haven't stopped yet, and we'll see how they do once they come out of the pits, where they'll come out. Both should be. Oh, not good news for Sanjin Delilac, and he hit hard. We'll see how he looks when he comes out of the dust here, and doesn't look too awfully bad. The time loss, he's going to come out right by Marty Carroll in the corkscrew, about one of the most dangerous places you could come out on back onto the road, and that's a very scary moment. They're still side by side, and Marty finally clears the High-Tech Oils machine. But a scary moment for Marty Carroll down in 6th place. And now you'll see Sanjin Delilac duck down into pit road. And that will be the only car left to pit. Actually, his teammate Bo is already... No, he's not. Bo Cubis still not in the pits. I apologize. I thought that was Bo Cubis going into the pits, but it wasn't.
He should duck in this time, I would say. He's got to be about out of fuel.
Yeah, he's got to be getting there low. He'll definitely have the freshest of tires of the bunch, as he is the last. But right now, his lap times are not looking like they're failing at all, guys. Last lap time for him was 123.7. Now he's pit road. And so we'll see how far ahead he comes out ahead of Tony Autry in this race. Before pits started, he was on at about 6.5 seconds, if we recall. And so we'll check out that once he gets out of pit road and see who does the best on their pit drops.
Yeah, Tony Autridge just now getting through the corkscrew, so Bo's got quite a bit of time up there to get it done.
Yeah, tons of time to get things fixed up and back out on the track. You can hear the engine rev there as he looks to be heading out of the stall now and back out onto the track. And he runs down the pit road exit, a long exit. It's actually a very difficult exit here. I don't like it. It's a sharp U-turn type turn to get back, very narrow road. And it comes out in an awkward spot on the track, if you ask me. But here he is back out on the track and well ahead of Tony Autridge and Curtis Chipaway. So good job by the stop from Bo Cubis. It looks to be over 6 seconds ahead. I don't have the exact time.
Right at 6 seconds, 5.9 seconds. And Tony Autridge can just barely see him up there.
I was about to say, Kane always has the good telemetry data on us, and thanks for that, buddy.
Something I wanted to mention, you were talking about the pit exit. The pit entry here is actually really hard too. And you got the really sharp left-hander, and in the V8, it's really hard to get a good feel for when you need to turn the car because it's almost full lock to get it both in and out of pit lane. And with you being on the right side of the car, it's kind of hard to see.
Oh! Sorry, Jim. Side-by-side contact between Marty Carroll and Ian Ford again. This is big side-by-side action. Marty will get ahead, and now you're going to have another driver in the mix, and they're all three by going through the corkscrew. That's Gutierrez, and that was very close. A tough call there from Ian Ford, and he has not let up at all. He is right on the tail of Marty Carroll. Tons of action here through the corkscrew. These two have been going at it since the drop of the green flag. They're going to go side by side down on the inside through the final turn. A great move by Ian Ford. Now they're going to have a drag to the start-finish line. Who's going to get it? It's the battle for 5th place, and it's going to be Marty Carroll who edges him out right to the line. But now into turn 1, the advantage should shift in Ian Ford's favor. Through turn 1, it's a beautiful job by both drivers, neck and neck. You could give an advantage, a slip of the wheel from Marty Carroll, and that'll allow the Demidov Ford Falcon to take the pass. It's going to stick, boys. And here comes Gutierrez now as he is on the bumper of Marty Carroll. At any moment, he could make a move as well. Good job from Ian Ford to move up into the top 5. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm just watching. Andrew Vince has already pitted. He was the race leader. And currently, Stanley Phillips is staying out. He is in the race lead at the moment, but he is just losing time, hand over fist. The entry itself was a little awkward for Andrew Vince. I think it kind of caught Stanley out, and Stanley almost wrecked trying to dodge because that's the other part of this pit entry is it's right on the racing line. Another person I want to mention is Katie Rose Taranto. She started second. She was leading a few laps before she had a cut up there at the corkscrew, which then caused the incident with Rory. She's back up to 5th, and it's all on pace. She's fast. She's doing really good today.
Glad to hear that. We got all kind of action right here, guys. This has not been over. Dennis Gutierrez is right in the mix, right behind Marty Carroll. He's in the 6th, he's actually in the 7th position. I take that back. And but Dennis Gutierrez has all kind of stuff. Not only is he in a heavy traffic at the moment, guys, he's also having a little bit of a connection issue, blinking a little bit, which is giving me some cause for concern, not only because he's in heavy traffic, but just because of where he's at. He's racing so hard right now. And I'm just afraid if he were to pop out, come back in, have a net code, we could have a 4 or 5 car incident. And this is very concerning. He seems to have calmed down. He's actually right in front of the other Demidov Ford. That's Aaron Hamilton. And Aaron Hamilton, a good race from him so far. He's in the 8th position, started the race today in 11th, and looks very healthy at the moment. He's got a nice, he's putting on some nice pressure behind Dennis Gutierrez. I'm wondering when he's going to make the move. He's actually about an inch away from the bumper as they hit the inner end of the corkscrew. Also, look who's coming into the mix. Now he's going to pop in and out of the screen again. Very worried about Dennis Gutierrez, guys. Chris Stone in the Overclockers Australia. Ford Falcon coming up into the mix as well. Let's make this a 4-car battle. as they're all following Marty Carroll up there in 6th. They're coming around the final turn here to start. It's the final turn of lap 23 as they start lap 24. It's a big race, guys. Still 4-car battle. And I tell you what, Marty Carroll trying to break away from this bunch. He's looking ahead to, remember, Ian Ford. Him and Ian have battled throughout most of this race. Now Ian Ford's starting to break away from Marty a little bit. Marty wants to get back up there and reclaim his position. Marty had a top 5 car, and he knows it. He wants to get back up there and earn that top 5. In the meantime, Bo Kubis out, and his lead is still growing, guys, as he heads through the corkscrew here on lap 24. He has a 7-second lead over Tony Ottridge and Curtis Chipaway. Let's check in on Tony and Curtis. Tony has let his lead grow over Curtis Chipaway to about 2 seconds over Kurt, and he's looking good at the moment in the hybrid racing simulations Ford. And the TTR man still just keeping focused and holding on to P2 at the moment. He's got a long way if he's thinking about winning this race. He's going to have to hope from some help from Bo Kubis if that were to happen. But anything can still happen as it's only laps. It's just now the start of lap 25 of 38. Kane, man, it's been a great race so far, buddy. Tons of action throughout the track. We need to look back right now in the corkscrew and look at Richard Elward right now in tons of traffic. Now going to go side by side with the newcomer Ryan Shelton, and Ryan Shelton will get past there. He's going to lose not 1 but 2 positions as both Matt Yeomans Matt Yeomans and Richard Elward make it their way around Ryan Shelton. And now it's a 4-car battle through here. All kind of action throughout this track. Not just at the front.
It's good to hear that Ryan Shelton's up there. He's been running second split for a while. He's also been pretty regular on Thursday nights. So I'm glad to see him up there in the top split tonight.
Oh,
yeah,
boys,
he's been
off track. Sorry, guys, we had a big off track from one of the KRT drivers. I believe that was Sam Collins. No, it wasn't Sam Collins. It was one of the other boys. It wasn't Fulcher either, so. Oh, it was Sam Collins. I apologize. And he's in 10th place, so that kind of hurts a little bit. Go ahead there, though, guys. I didn't mean to break you up there.
Oh, we were just talking about Ryan Shelton. He's been a second split or a Thursday night guy for a while now, so happy to hear he's up there in the top split tonight.
Yeah, he's been in the top split all season long, and he has, and he's really been doing very well. He started off at the end of last season is where we started seeing him, and to see him this season really make some really good progress. He's really been even once finished up in 6th place up here in this top split. So it's really good to watch a driver because figuring out this V8 Supercar is pretty tough. You know, you go from not being able to keep up with the pack to finally being able to keep up with the pack to starting to race with the guys and then start passing people. You know, there's different stages that the drivers go through as they learn this V8 Supercar. And now you see him up here racing with guys and really doing a great job. So we're going to see some good things from Ryan in the future.
I gotta say, I'm still just shaking my head here in the second split. Stanley Phillips has remained out in the lead. He hasn't pitted, and Andrew Vince is just cutting into about a half second to a second every lap, being on newer tires than Stanley is. I mean, maybe Stanley's trying to go for having fresh tires at the very end, but I just don't see how he's going to be able to hold the lead here.
Guys, well, all that's going on in second split. Up here in the first split, it's looking like Marty Carroll's going to hold on to the 6th slot for the moment, but Dennis Katerick has not let up an inch. He is right in the mix and trying to put on the pressure, make Marty make a mistake and try to take advantage of it and move up into that 6th spot. Also, here comes Aaron Hamilton up on Dennis Katerick, and Chris Stone in the mix as well, as all 4 of these cars look ahead to Ian Ford, and they want a piece of that top 5 position that Ian has. Ian, in the meantime, has just had he had that good break earlier last time we watched the battle between him and Marty Carroll take place, and then once Ian made the pass on Marty, hit clean air, and he has looked awesome ever since. but it seems like he's hit a wall or something. He can't break ahead any further. It seems like this group is starting to close in a little bit as long as they don't battle. So it's kind of interesting. Marty Carroll has just got passed right there by Dennis Gutierrez, and it happened in the blink of an eye. I mean, literally, what a pass from Dennis Gutierrez to move up into the 6th spot finally as they head through the corkscrew, guys. Big pass from Dennis Gutierrez, and he is starting to break away immediately from Marty Carroll. Let's see what Dennis Gutierrez can do in this clean air, see if he can catch up to Ian Ford.
Yeah, Aaron Hamilton back behind Marty is going to get a little racy too. We're going to see Aaron come up here and battle with Marty to try to get that 7th position for Marty as well.
All right, now as the cars cross the start-finish line, this will commence the lap 28. So we're on the 28th lap of 38, guys. Lap 28 of 38. And so 2/3 of the way through the race, side by side through this first and second turn. The Dimmodoff Ford Falcon going to go head-to-head now with Marty, and it's going to be really close. Oh, good move by Marty Carroll. Now Chris Stone down on the inside of the Dimmodoff. It's going to get close. Can we going to have some contact maybe? No, good 3-car racing between Marty Carroll, Aaron Hamilton, and Chris Stone. Chris Stone now going to try to move to the inside and get ahead of Aaron Hamilton. It's going to be close, and let's see if Chris Stone can make the pass. And he's going to be really wide. It's going to be too hard for him as the car shakes, gets a little loose on exit there. That will allow him, or not allow him, to get up there. He'll lose a lot of grip, and he'll have to hold on to 9th for the moment. Boy, some good stuff going on throughout the track. Matt Yeomans, Richard Elward got a little battle going on. Ryan Shelton and Martin Creamer's got a fantastic battle going on, and we haven't really mentioned it. This is the battle for 13th place, and Ryan Shelton looks like he's been a veteran out here as he's representing himself very well against a great driver in Martin Creamer's in the Mad Cow Ford Falcon as they head down through the corkscrew. Just a huge dip of action there. And a great burst of speed out of on the exit there. Very nice drive off from Ryan Shelton. Tell you what, with 10 to go, let's do a rundown of how they run. In the lead right now, it is Bo Cubis with a 10-second lead over second place driver Tony Ottridge. In third, it's Curtis Chipaway. Fourth, Michael Fulcher. Rounding out our top 5, it is Ian Ford in the Dimmodoff Ford Falcon. Back in 6th, it's Dennis Gutierrez in the iRacing.com Ford. In 7th, Marty Carroll in his SDC Motorsports Ford Falcon. Back in 8th, it's Aaron Hamilton. 9th, it's Chris Stone in the Overclockers Australia. And then rounding out your top 10, it is Sam Collins of Kamikaze Racing. Back in 11th, it is Matt Yeomans. Richard Elward is in 12th in the Mad Cow Racing Machine. Back in 13th, Ryan Shelton. Martin Creamer's back in 14th. Corey Peters is in 15th at the moment, with Adam Harden is our last car on the lead lap in 16th. He's in the Mad Cow Racing Ford Falcon. Graham Bones Filand is the first car a lap down. He runs 17th. Sanjin Delilac 18th and 2 laps down, currently off track. Looks like his day is done, boys. Jason Brunton's day is done in 19th. Corey Preston is back out on the track. He's 5 laps down in 20th at the moment, but looks like he may make up a spot at least over Jason Brunton at least. Chad Chastain and Jake Burton, of course, make out our 22-car fields as their days ended early. That's how we run with less than 10 laps now.
JD, now that we're into the less than 10 laps to go, we haven't taken a ride around the track yet. Let's jump on board with Corey Preston, see if Corey can give us a ride around the track.
Yeah, good old Corey. Tell us about it, buddy.
Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, I just had to let someone through. Anyway, you seemingly have chosen the short straw and get a lap with me. What an excellent prize. Alright, coming up to turn 2. Missed the apex by a whole heap. Rhetorically asked the car what is wrong with it. Second corner, much the same. Yeah, lots of oversteer here. Plume of tyre smoke on the braking zone there. Good smoke. Oh, missed the apex by a universe-sized space. I'm really not having a good day here. Coming up to the corkscrew, locked the inside front again. Make sure your wheel's about half a turn off centre. Missed the apex again. And again. Start shifting up the gears and then brake. The last corner and then onto the front straight.
Beautiful lap there, Corey. You tripped me out. I'll tell you what, buddy. Oh, man. Well, have fun out there, buddy. We got less than 10 to go out there. Currently, Corey's in 19th place out there, hanging in there tough, though. And
hey, I've gained a spot.
That's right. There you go. Now he's in 18th. Let's give him some credit there. Thank you a lot, Corey. That's on board with Corey Preston.
I tell you what, you guys will have to do more of this in-race interview. This is fun.
It is something that we need to do more of, that's for sure.
I tell you what, absolutely. It's, thanks a lot, Corey. Now the Kamikaze Race Team Ford Falcon makes his way around the track, and it was a nice lap. Well, he's got the leader coming up on him, Bo Kubis, in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, Corey's had a tough race. Finds himself 6 laps down, and his car is pretty beat up. So I can imagine that's one of the bigger reasons why he's having such a hard time keeping that thing under control. But he's still sticking with it. He's got 7 laps to go, so he'll finish this race.
Tell you, I'm watching this race. Andrew Vince was able to take the lead back from Stanley Phillips here in the second split, mainly because of that pit strategy. But I don't know, Stanley might be able to make these newer tires work. He's only got about 6 laps left, maybe 7 laps left to do it. But he's gone from 11 seconds down to 7 seconds back. And right now we've got 3rd, 4th, and 5th all separated by less than a second. David Shutt, Jason Quire, Katie Taranto, all less than a second apart. Hard fight. Rory Winthrop 6th, Bobby Chaney 7th, Abby Becker 8th, Tony Lynch 9th, and Eamon Young in 10th. It's a pretty close race.
That's awesome. I can't wait till some of those drivers get their I-rating up just a little bit and join us up here in the top split. That's going to be real exciting. Right now we're watching Aaron Hamilton still battling with Chris Stone. He's backed off just a little bit for this hairpin, but that entire lap he was right there. He could have spit on Chris Stone's car if he wanted to. It was just that close of a battle.
He's starting to gain back up a little bit of speed here. He's trying to close in the gap.
Yeah, I wonder what happened that dropped him back. I was in car, so I didn't get to see what happened, but he definitely fell off about a full second, so he'll get back up there, though. Right now, the closest battle on the track is Martin Creamers, as he's coming up on Ryan Shelton again to put some more pressure on Ryan for that 13th position.
Now, this is also a battle that's been going on for quite a while now. And like I said, mid-pack, but still a great, or actually it's a little bit further back than mid, but great battle on the track. Ryan Shelton battling his heart out and doing a good job, if I don't say so, man. He's got Martin Creamer's great talent right in this rear view mirror, and he's been there for quite some time. And when you got a Moo Cow Ford in the rear view mirror, it can be a little intimidating there, and he's done a fantastic job, man. He really has. Ryan Shelton shown he definitely deserves to be here in the top split and represent himself very well. He's in 13th at the moment. Not a bad place at all to be on a day with 22 top split drivers here. As they head through the corkscrew, he gains a little more of that time back in the Dr. Pepper Ford Falcon. I love that paint on this Ford there. It's absolutely stunning. I love the Dr. Pepper Mobile 1 Ford Falcon. And, he gets a little off track there, boys. That's going to cost him a little bit of time there as he gets into this desert sand. And coming through the final turn, hits the apex nice, rolls out beautifully off the exit curb. But that will allow Martin Creamers to kind of ease in a little bit closer, maybe get us a battle again and that may be a little bit good for the viewing purposes. I do see a lot of dust and smoke in the air. I'm going to jump ahead here and see if what kind of happened. It might have been a car ahead of him rolling off track or something. I want to tell you who I want to give a lot of credit to today, boys. Go ahead and put the camera on the 11th place car, Richard Elward. Richard Elward of Mad Cow Racing. I know it seems like maybe we're doing a Mad Cow special today, but I tell you what, this guy has impressed me just tremendously. If you remember, he started the race today in the 12th spot, but he got involved in that first wreck and was absolute last out of 22 cars. Thought his day was possibly done, and here he is on the lead lap. But not only that, he's in 11th place, guys. How about that for Richard Elward? What a comeback.
Yeah, he has had a great comeback. Not too many times do you see the race starting instant like that took him down a good quarter of the lap. He was able to catch back up, and he's got a beat-up car. You can see that his car is in pretty bad shape there, but he's still making good time, catching positions. He's made his way back up into the 11th position. Now he is 13 seconds off of 10th place Sam Collins, so with 4 laps to go, he probably won't get up any higher than 11th there, but still 11th is a great job. He's the number 15 car, so he's actually made some significant gain here on a race that looked like it was going to be all bad.
And I'll be honest with you, most guys would have probably thrown the towel in after a start like that. Saw 2 great drivers that actually did that today, and they finished 21st, 22nd, and in the race today. But just a little bit of effort and a little bit of faith goes a long way, as Richard Elward will at least looks like he'll pull off an 11th place finish today.
I tell you what, Chad Chastain has had about the worst season that he has ever had here in the Americas Series.
Yep,
another bad start to an America's race for him. Now, but in the regular season series, he's doing great. So,
well, if you remember, Kane, that technically the start of the year he was phenomenal as he won the first race of the season, and after that it seemed like the shelf fell over and all the tools fell off on the way. But yeah, you're right. It has just been not what we expected, especially after seeing him come out with a win at the open this season. I definitely thought he was coming back for a strong season, and then you mentioned in the others out of the Americas doing great. So it's kind of makes you wonder if it's kind of a mental thing.
Why aren't is he doing the Premier Series also?
He is, and he's doing quite well in it.
Aren't they? A couple of the tracks are different every week, though, aren't they? Some of the weeks.
This week they are. Last time we did Watkins Glen, and the Watkins Glen in the Americas Series followed. So they try to keep it to where it's one of the same tracks. It's either the week before or the week after.
Right. I wonder if that's maybe just part of the issue there for Chad, is you can only really focus on one or the other. While we're doing this, I'm watching David Shutt, Katie Taranto, and Jason Quire. Katie's gotten a spot. She's up to 4th. David's kind of chopping the nose there a little bit. It's a little, not like borderline blocking. It's, ooh, there we go. Just had a wreck right in front of David Shutt. He had to really check up, and Katie has taken 3rd spot.
We had a big one here, too. Sorry, sorry to jump in there, but Ryan Shelton just involved in an incident, guys. We just saw right at the bottom of the corkscrew, the battle between him and Martin Creamers has just come to calamity as both cars going through the corkscrew, and we get a little bit of a bump there from Martin Creamers, and he sends the Dr. Pepper Ford Falcon in a circle and backs up traffic. He actually made contact with Corey Peters as Corey had nowhere to go. The Heart of Racing Ford Falcon now with some damage, as that is a big wreck from Ryan Shelton and Martin Creamers. Sorry to interrupt there, Jim, but that was a big one.
Well, I gotta say, I'm flabbergasted at the moment. David Shutt, there was a lap car in front of him, obviously losing it. David just never bothered taking his foot out of it, and even then, after the incident, and now his engine's blown up. So unfortunately, looks like maybe the the pressure of it got the better of him.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Stanley Phillips has fallen within 3 seconds of Andrew Vince, coming up towards about a lap and a half to go.
Man, we're a little ahead of you here, Jim, because the white flag is out, and Bo Cubis now making his way to the top of the hill as he's ready to descend down the corkscrew. This bad boy is only about 3-4 turns from being over, guys. The High-Tech Oils Ford Falcon has not got enough credit today, as he has over a 12-second lead over second-place driver Tony Ottridge. And now with 1 turn to go, it looks like it's going to be the High-Tech Oils Ford Falcon. Your winner here at Laguna Seca. Bo Cubis takes the checkered. Beautiful day here for him. What a race.
Bo, I really got to get your team thing updated. I'm sorry about that. I got to get that High-Tech Oils in there as
Look
your
at
team.
this. Look at this. Lap traffic coming up. Not going to be a problem. Tony Ottridge comes across. Big wrecks as we cross the start-finish line. Martin Creamers and dadgummit, Ryan Shelton go at it again. And then we have Curtis Chipway third, Michael Fulcher fourth, Ian Ford fifth. Now going to come across Dennis Gutierrez. Oh, wait. There goes Ian Ford fifth. Yeah, now Dennis Gutierrez. Is he going to get sixth, or is Martin Carroll?
Dennis got it.
Dennis got sixth. Marty Carroll seventh. Chris Stone eighth. Then we go Aaron Hamilton ninth. Sam Collins does get 10th. Richard Elward still rounding his way around. He'll take 11th. Corey Peters will take 12th. Ryan Shelton back there gets 13th. Martin Creamers 14th. Adam Harden, a name we didn't mention near enough today, gets 15th. Graham Filan 16th. Matt Yeoman 17th. Corey Preston 18th. Sanjan Delilac 19th. Jason Brunton, Chad Chastain, and Jake Burton finish out the 22-car field. What a day here at Mazda Raceway. I thought it was a fantastic run there from Bo Cubis. Obviously dominating performance today. It looked like a Sunday drive for him out there.
Yeah, 13 seconds over second place Tony Ottridge. So Bo definitely came in here and knowing what he was doing, and he just ran away with it.
I mean, literally ran away with it. He had this thing pegged. Fantastic performance. He's got to be proud of himself. Another victory here in the season, and that'll help him out even more in the points. So good job there from the High-Tech Oils machine driver Bo Cubis. And tell you what, it seems like in this series, if your name's Bo, it looks like you're going to have a good run. We've had some good Bo's here. And Bo Cubis, another one right here. Fantastic job today. Tony Ottridge, another great run for him. And then the hybrid racing simulations, the TTR driver finishes second and does so very well. Put on a nice performance today. He had some pressure throughout the race put on by the third place finisher, the Power Bond driver Curtis Chipaway. Kurt had a great run as well in the purple and black carbon fiber Ford Falcon. This is an awesome looking car. The number 4 machine did come across in third today. Put on a big fight trying to get ahead of Tony Ottridge. Just in the end, it wasn't enough. And but he does get a podium, guys. Another great finish for him. Michael Fulcher did get that 4th position. We watched him today as he worked his way up. A beautiful race for him. You mentioned Kane. He won the race last night. Another great run for him today. Big top 5 for him. Ian Ford deserved his top 5 today. He comes across in 5th. Remember, he had a big battle throughout the majority of the race with Marty Carroll. And Marty had a great run for quite some time. He started today. If we go back, in fact, I'll talk about Dennis Gutierrez first because Dennis had a fantastic run. Was worried about him with his internet connection for a little while, but it obviously stayed in just fine as he came across in 6th. Great drive for him today. And Dennis Gutierrez took 6th. But Marty Carroll, that was one of the best starts I've seen all year long for him. Marty started in the 9th position, and through 3 turns, he jumped up into the 4th slot. It was just absolutely phenomenal. Great run from Marty. He did take 7th in the end. I thought he had a better car than that today. I know that he'll think so as well. We'll talk to him shortly, but a fantastic run from all these guys in the top 10. Chris Stone Also, great run for him in the overclockers machine. Aaron Hamilton, another Dimmadov Ford Falcon, fantastic run. And Sam Collins gets a top 10 today, guys, of KRT. Beautiful job. Ryan Shelton, I was very impressed with him as well. Kane, him and Martin Creamers put on quite a show for us. Even got a little bit frisky at the end there. Not frisky, I guess, just a little bit shaky as they were making some decent contact. But I tell you what, it's about time. Let's go ahead and bring in our race winner and have a chat with Bo here and get a little chat with him here. Bo, welcome to the Get 30 MX post race show, my man. And just want to bring you in real quick and talk about your awesome race victory today.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How's yourself?
Oh, fantastic, man. Just watched you run out there like you was on a nice little Sunday drive out there.
Yeah, no, it's a bit like that one. I had a bit of a lonely run, to be honest, but there's obviously plenty of drama going on behind me.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on in the back in the field, but fantastic run for you out there. You jumped out to a great start, and from there you just never looked back. Just kept putting down good runs in clean air, and led all day. Took away a great win here in the Americas. Great run.
Yeah, it's good for the team. Not sure what happened to Chad on the first lap. I think he lost his brakes or something, and it could have ended right there and then.
Yeah, that was very interesting. He just went straight out of turn one into the wall and ended his day right from the get-go. I don't know what happened. And then I saw something very similar happen to Jake Burton a few turns later. So hopefully we'll get to talk to them a little later. But I just wanted to bring you on real quick before we get our update from Split 2 and just have a word with our winner.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Bloody, I missed last week, obviously. But I made the Monday night race last week, and it was pretty damn obvious that some of the other teams had made leaps and bounds setup-wise. I was nowhere, and I put in a fair few hours in the lead up to this race to try and nut the setup out, and I think I may have found it.
Fantastic, man. Well, it looked like I was mentioning during the race that it looked like you had put in quite a bit of work. And during the week, I said, watch it. When we talk to him after the race, he'll say, oh, man, didn't really get much seat time this week. Just got, come out and had a good run. But, yeah, it looked like you had a lot of good work put in this week. And definitely you were the most obvious, had the best car out there on the track today. It was the fastest by far and just looked fantastic.
Yeah, it was definitely what I struggled with last week was the drop off the tyres. My setup just heated the tyres up too much, and this week the fall off was minimal compared to last week. It was great.
And that's really good for a track like we have today. The Mazda Raceway. You can have some serious fall off here if your setup's not adjusted accordingly. So very good job there, Bo.
Yeah, thanks a lot, JD.
Absolutely. Hang tight with us, Bo. We got lots to talk about. But before we do, I do want to jump in and have a chat with Jim about what's going on over in our second split. We'll see how they ended. They finished a little bit after us. So let's go check in with Jim.
Yeah, Andrew Vince was able to hold on the lead over Stanley Phillips in second. Mainly, there was a little bit of lap traffic towards the end, so it was about 2.5 second gap. Katie Taranto was able to hold on to third after a last lap dive from Jason Quire, kind of in a contact for both of them. Jason Quire was fourth, Rory Windrum fifth, Bobby Cheney sixth, Abby Beckert seventh, Tony Lynch eighth, Eamon Young ninth, Dean Flavel 10th. Rory Folsom, we had two Rorys this week, running 11th, Santiago Iglesias 12th, David Terry 13th, David Shutt a disappointing 14th after running up in the top 5 most of the evening, Brad Lemon 15th, Peter Simon 16th, Samuel Dowdy 17th, Nicholas Corcel 18, Jason Berg 19, John Payne 20th.
Awesome stuff out there, Jim. Tell us a little bit about what we saw, or just a little bit about what the feel was on the track, as far as how the battles were on the track. Did we have a lot of action out there, or was it kind of about what we saw in the first split? We had a lot of battles, but it was pretty spread away from first to last.
Yeah, only the top 5 were really on the lead lap by the end, and really the third, fourth, fifth place battle towards the end was the closest thing. So other than that, after about the first 5 laps, it spread out. So it sounds like about the same for the top split.
Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you what, let's hang tight with us, Jim. You know, as always, we got tons to talk about, but we got some drivers to have a chat with. Let's bring in driver had a fantastic run today. Let's bring in Curtis Chipaway and have a talk with him. Curtis, welcome to the Get 30 MX post race show, buddy. A fantastic run out there, a podium finish for you. Just couldn't catch Tony Ottridge quite in the end, but still a great run today. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. Uh, yeah, I was a little bummed out that I couldn't catch him near the end, but as soon as I got loose and almost spun at the like turn 3, I think it was, the tires just did not work for the rest of the second stint there.
Oh, it was so close, man. We were watching and it was such a good battle between second and third there, and we were hoping that we would get to see some good side-by-side action between you and Tony, but in the end, he just got you there. Fantastic run, though. I'm sure the car looked like it felt great this week, man. Tell us a little bit about how it was.
Yeah, so I was completely surprised. I did a couple last minute adjustments to my race setup. I'm on a brand new baseline for this week, so I've been working real hard on that. And to my surprise, it worked really well in the race. So I'm happy with it. It's just a little bit too loose.
Hey, man, can't beat that. And another great performance this week. Curtis, I mean, shoot, you started today in sixth. You jump up to third, and you're able to finish there. A great podium. You can't ask for much more than that. Great job.
Yeah, I'm that start definitely helped, but the car felt good in that first stint. For some reason it dropped off in the second stint, but it was that start. I was so lucky to get through that, and I got away good as well. I think I came out third on first lap.
Well, I'll tell you what, this week we're here at the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, a track that is given to every iRacer when they're coming to the service. And so a lot of guys have a lot of time on this track, although it's not an easy track. It's very far from an easy track. It's actually a very difficult track. But next week we're going to head out to the Twin Ring Motegi for a special night race, 27 laps. Looking forward to it, or are you dreading it?
I don't know. Kind of I'm kind of on the fence about that track. Last time I was there, I did not like it, but it's a night race, and I love my night races, so I'm hoping it'll be interesting.
You hate every race.
It's going to be fun, man. And we're looking forward to it. Kurt, thanks so much for coming and chatting with us. Hang tight. We got tons to talk about on the show tonight. But congrats on a great finish, buddy. All right, that's Curtis Chipaway, everybody, driver of the Dayco Ford Falcon, a great power bond driver right there. Let's bring in next. Let's have a chat with a driver that had an awesome run as well. Let's bring in Michael Fulcher. Michael, welcome to the Get 30 MX post race show. How's things going for you, pal?
Yeah, g'day, JD. Welcome back, mate.
Oh, I know. It is so good to be back here from the racetrack, and a fantastic run out there tonight, Michael. Great battles. Saw you earn some really, really well-deserved, well-earned positions, and started the day in fourth, and you finished there. Great job, and congrats on winning the race yesterday. As Kane told me about it, it sounded like you really got some great things going for you, man, and just tell me about it. Tell me what's going on.
I really like Laguna, and I was did a lot of Mazdas when I first started, and it only had 4 tracks I'd cycle around, and Laguna was one of them. And I used to always look forward to it, so I'd do well there. So I had pretty high hopes, and put a lot of work into the setup. Just bogged it down at the start again. I think I'm running a taller diff than a lot of guys here, and plus my starts aren't too crash hot, so I suffered pretty bad for that. I think it was 3 wide coming into turn 1 on lap 1. It's been pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then from then it was just trying to fight my way back. Had a dive at Curtis and got the job done. With my undercut, pit stops. Just got that done, and then it was looking like I might have got Tony as well. So I just squeezed a little extra throttle down to make it happen, and got it all bloody sideways, and threw it away and gave Curtis back the position. Overall, really happy, man. Nice, happy with the lap there, 23-1. It's pretty good. Consistency was good. And good points.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. Looks like things are going very well for you, and I'm happy to see that, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate.
Absolutely. Let's bring in Marty Carroll real quick. Had another driver had a fantastic race, and let's talk to him real quick. Marty, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, gentlemen. How are we today?
Fantastic, Marty. And before we even get on with the interview, I must say that was one of the best starts to a race I've seen in quite some time. Literally a humongous jump from you. You started ninth, and before we were through two or three turns, you were in fourth. How'd that happen?
Well, if you haven't heard the story already, that's from my teammate having no brakes going into turn one, and the sea parted for me. And I had the V8 Superfans NZ car from ninth to fourth on the first lap, and then I had a sticky brake pedal that was dragging. And so my race was fairly well compromised from there, but as the guys got to me one by one, Michael got past me, and then I had, one of the best races with Ian in the first stint, and then with Ian and Dennis in the second stint. That was just, a testament to the quality of drivers that are in this series. To be able to run through the kink and the corkscrew side by side, you only got to have faith in the guy inside you to do that sort of stuff. And I had a smile on my face all race. It was awesome.
Oh, it's fantastic. I couldn't believe all the side-by-side racing that we had through the corkscrew, not only in the front but in the back of the field as well. One of the best battles we had all race long was between you and Ian Ford. Great throughout most of the race. Y'all battled for a long time, and it was really fun to watch. He got you in the end, but still an awesome race from you, Marty. Good to see.
Yeah, big shout out to Ian, quality steerer he is, and he put the pressure cooker on me the whole first stint while I had my toes curled over my brake pedal out of every corner to try and stop him from dragging, and it was really good.
We could see that on the broadcast, see your brake lights flickering from the brake pad being stuck, and I was wondering, I was like, man, why is he braking like that?
Light show.
Yeah, why is he braking going down the straights like that? But now it makes a lot more sense, but yeah, we could definitely see it on the broadcast.
Yeah, so unfortunately it cost me a little bit of race pace. Like ideally I would have liked to have stuck to Michael's tail there and got closer to that battle with Curtis and Tony. Looked like it was really good. And Tony and Bo seemed like they were having a really good battle early in the race. But yeah, it is what it was. I thought I had the issue resolved before the last qualifier, but I had to deal with it like you do in some races and try and drive around it, but still had an absolute ball. And I can't speak more highly enough about young Dennis, KRT's young developer driver they've just signed. He just showed again today that he's got a good level head on his shoulders, and he's a tremendous little steerer, and he pulled one of the moves of the year on me into the kink, and it was a high quality pass, and look forward to some more battles with him in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Dennis pulled off awesome moves. In fact, let's bring him in here for a quick word. Let's bring him in. And howdy do there, Dennis Katerick. Welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How is everything going there, buddy?
Oh, well, it was pretty tough, but, hang in there, I suppose.
Man, fantastic run today. Started in the 7th spot there, and we finished in 6th. A great run today. We just got through chatting with Marty Carroll, and we're talking a little bit about that awesome pass you made there to get ahead of him. That was really big stuff. And just tell us a little bit about the race today, man.
Oh, 30 laps around, 38 laps around Laguna Seca is, it's quite daunting, You get to the 20 lap mark and you look at how many there is left to go, and you just kind of frown a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, no, everybody was, it was really close, from 5th to, like 9th or 10th, everybody was there, and yeah, it just made it exciting.
Oh, it was absolutely exciting. Really enjoyed watching it. I know I think I speak for Kane and Jim as well. Jim would have seen it. Fantastic run. Fantastic run out there, Dennis. And definitely a big name coming up in this series. So it's real exciting to see everything that that's been happening out there. I was concerned about the connection there for a minute. I was worried it was going to give you fits, but it ended up not messing with you at all. Good job out there on the track, man.
Yeah, thanks. I connect it Wi-Fi wise, to my laptop, and I connect the laptop to my TV. So I've bought an Ethernet cable, to directly hook into my modem. Should be here, I think, next Tuesday or something. So yeah, should hopefully stop and be
Let me
pretty
tell
solid.
you. Let me tell you something, Dennis, and anybody else out on the broadcast watching right now. I race when I first got on iRacing. I raced from my laptop, hooked it up to my TV, Wi-Fi, same thing, and I had the same issue that you did. As soon as I got a direct plug-in from the modem to the laptop, it fixed it for me, and very rarely did I have the blinking problem ever again. So it will help. It will help a lot, man. And
That's good to hear.
yeah, I figured you would be happy to hear that because I was really worried that it was I didn't know what was going on, and I was like, this is awful. Why? What's going on? But man, if you're already racing that good, whew, good stuff's on the way for you, buddy.
Oh yeah, thanks. Well, the best is all I can do, and just got to do your best every single race, and hopefully improve. So, and just being part of the alliance as well, they've just been a massive help. So, yeah.
Well, it's fantastic stuff, man. We're happy to have you here on the show. Hang tight. We got loads to talk about tonight. So without further ado, let's bring in Chad Chastain real quick and have a quick word with him since his race ended so fast. Chad, welcome to the Get 30 MX post-race show. How's things going for you, buddy? I'm sure they've been better after that start, but nonetheless, how's everything?
I've been all right. I'm glad to be back. I'm just glad that I was inside a bow when I realized I had no brakes.
So
That could have been
tell us
ugly.
a little bit about what happened. I mean, just the brakes. You hit the brakes and nothing happened, right?
Yeah, I watched the replay and my brake lights light up about halfway to the wall, and in checking my cable, I think it was not plugged in all the way into the USB cable. I had great throttle and I had a great jump off the line and got a little cheeky and put it up underneath Bo, and I'm glad I did because he would have joined me in an early exit.
And he ended up winning the race. So boy, that turned out to be good that didn't happen. But we are sad that things ended so quickly for you. I know we were looking forward to watching you run out there. It looked like a great jump off the line and then a super jump into the wall. But glad that you didn't have to feel that one for real, man. That would have been scary.
Yeah, dead man walking. I was
Oh,
looking forward
man.
to finally getting back and running the Americas. I don't think I've ran since the first race of the season, and what an inauspicious return.
Well, I tell you what, man, you come out in the first race, you won it, and it seems like ever since we went to Circuit Zolder, the Americas, Alton Park, the Glen, now Laguna Seca, and this start. You got to come back next week and go to Twin Ring Motegi at night and get you a victory under the lights, man. It's going to be awesome.
I'll try. I'll be there.
Sounds like a winner, buddy. Hang tight. We got loads more to talk about. I want to bring in a driver had a phenomenal performance tonight. Let's talk to Ryan Shelton. Ryan, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How are you? Ryan, do you have a copy with us?
Hello? Oh, okay, there I am. I forgot I have it on push to talk.
There you are, again. Welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show, buddy. Happy to have you here. First of all, just wanted to congratulate you on a fantastic run there out on the track. I tell you what, man, really, a really great run. Starting 19th tonight in the Dr. Pepper Ford Falcon. Get things running. A fantastic, probably one of the best battles on the track between you and Martin Creamers, side by side through the corkscrew a couple times. And just a great run. You started 19th, finished 13th. Tell us a little bit about how things were out there tonight.
Well, last night I had my own setup that I was using, and it was crap. It was super loose. I had no rear grip at all. It was just, I would go into turn one every single time, and it would just want to spin out on me. And then tonight I used the Dev series for the OSR. I think it's what the OSR Dev series. I used that setup, but I did a little tweaks because that thing was pushing like a freight train. And I got into the race, it was still pushing, and I was just messing with roll bars. And eventually, it felt much better. But throughout the race, I was doing fine. I didn't really seem to have any troubles until I passed Martin Creamer's the first time, in which I went into the corkscrew and got a slowdown penalty and lost 2 positions. So it was, other than that, it was just an incredibly fun race, especially with Martin.
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic, man. I was very impressed. I know Kane was impressed as well. Great run tonight, and just a great job, man. We're proud of what we're seeing. We had awesome. We're halfway through the season now, man. So it's going to be exciting to see how you do the rest of the year. Definitely a big time newcomer in the series, and it's definitely things are looking good for you, man. Just keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks. I really hated this track overall. I hated this track. I'm so glad we're done with it. It was a bunch of good racing and one of the second best finish I've had, but I can't do it no more.
No more Laguna Seca. I heard that, buddy.
I do want to throw a shout out to Martin Creamers. I did see that he regressed after once he bumped you in and spun you out. He waited for you to have a good race. That's that just brings us back to the sportsmanship that we see in this series, and Martin Creamer is no exception. He was right there with that sportsmanship, showing why the V8 Supercars Americas series is what it is. So big thanks to him for showing that sportsmanship.
Yeah, big heads up. But fantastic run, Ryan, and best of luck to you as we go under the lights next week at Twin Ring Motegi, man, as we head out to Japan. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. Hang tight with us, Ryan. We got loads more to talk about. Let's bring in Ian Ford real quick. I need to talk to Ian. Ian had a fantastic run out there as well, and we should have brought him in probably a little bit earlier in the broadcast. Ian, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How's things going?
Yeah, pretty good, guys. Pretty hyped up about the finish there. Didn't expect to really get up to 5th, so.
Man, top 5 finish for you today. And tell you what, that was an unbelievable battle that you had with Marty throughout the majority of the race. You guys, I think, had one of the longest running battles through the race. We watched loads of it through the broadcast, and it was just an ever-going battle. We saw you try several times and unsuccessfully get around him, and then we finally saw you get around him. We saw him get back around you. Then we saw you get him, and once you hit that clean air, you rode off up into top 5. It was a beautiful run, man. Just very impressive, very impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Top marks to Marty again. It's not the first time we've ever gone side by side, so once again, we didn't come together and everyone lived. And yeah, I just putted around basically behind him. I kept on trying to make a move, didn't get there, and instead of pitting with everyone else, I just decided to stay out and, try and hope that they fall off the cliff and stuff a bit earlier. And when I got the new tyres, I just charged as hard as I could and managed to have such awesome racing with a few guys.
Man, it was absolutely fun to watch, that's for sure. You started 8th tonight and earned yourself a top 5 here at a very tough track in the Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. Should be very proud of yourself, my man. And we head to a night race next week. Very special event in week 7. We're halfway through the season, so excited to see what we got remaining from you, man. I'll be excited to see what you bring the second half of the season.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Last time I was at Motegi, I managed to get a win, so hopefully I can dial out some of the understeer we've got at the moment and go for another win there since all the sweeping corners and everything.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Would love to see that, my friend, and we'll be watching for it. Hang tight with us. We got loads to talk about on the post-race show, Ian. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Bones, and we'll talk to Graham Filan, and we'll go ahead and bring Corey in just a second after him. Bones, welcome to the Get 30 MX post-race show. How's things going, my friend?
G'day, JD Kane. Welcome back, JD, after your big weekend off.
Yeah, I had a big one, man. Let me tell you, I'm happy to be back here in the booth, though, boys. It was fun. Had a really good time there at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the NASCAR race. Big race, big fun weekend, and it was actually a phenomenal race. I don't know if you boys got to see it, but had 2 green-white checkers, so 2 overtimes there. Fantastic finish from Casey Kane. Come from 3rd place to win it. It was awesome, man. But let's talk a little bit about your race tonight, Bones. Tell us a little bit about what it was like out there on the Laguna Seca tonight.
Well, yeah, better than I expected. I had very little practice, so it was this morning. So I only did the one qualifying, and then had a bit of a problem with my throttle. I get full throttle, but with the mid throttle, it was spiking. So it was like the car was missing a beat as I'm coming out of the corner. So I had to sort of just give people room and say, look, I'm just get out of your road. But yeah, car number 16 started 20th. I thought, geez, I'll be lucky to get up to 16th, but. Yeah, Laguna Seca is good for having people fall off the track, so I gained me fall off the track spots again.
Well, I tell you what, man, not bad at all. Starting 20th, finished 16th, and when having a little bit of a problem with the car, not bad at all. Impressive, if I don't say so, man. I thought that was a very nice run from yourself. And we're halfway through the season, my man, and getting ready to hit this second half. It's I see a top 10 in your near future, man. And I'm gonna foresee it.
We need a crash course for that, for everyone to crash off for me to get up there.
I foresee it. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen in one of these big fields. I don't mean that when we have like a 12-car field, man. I'm serious. It's coming.
I'm happy you've got faith, mate. Thanks.
Oh, definitely do. It's good to see you doing good, and we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. The driver didn't have quite so much luck tonight was Corey Preston. We did talk to him. Corey, I see their official result there is disqualified. Tell us about it, buddy.
That silly red curb at the second last corner bit me again.
Well, what are we going to do with that thing, man?
Bomb it.
Sounds good to me, buddy. We do appreciate you coming on for the in-race report, man. That was fun. We'll have to do that more often. And
I probably would have worked. Probably would have worked better if I had pushed. If I didn't have push to talk on, because then I wouldn't have to worry about buttons and trying to shift down while I'm trying to brake. That was interesting, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, it was only that I was back that far. Did I even bother with it? I mean,
I tell you what, it truly was fun watching because I'll tell you what, I had a blast listening to you, and the guys that are listening, all the other drivers, when you watch the broadcast, you got to get a kick out of Corey's in-race lap that he gave for us. It was hilarious. Just Corey being Corey, man. It was a trip. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Just watch it. It's a trip. But we do appreciate you doing that, Corey. We know that was during a live race, and you did pretty good for considering, and it was just really hilarious the way that you commentated it.
Yeah, I even managed to gain a few spots in the race. I mean,
that's right.
After that, after that unfortunate incident that put me out, I just concluded it was a racing incident. Nothing could really have been done about that. But I just pitted, did the optional repairs. The steering wheel was like nearly half a turn to the left. So I next time I pitted, I went to the toilet, had a look at the setup sheet, and there was some pretty interesting setup tips there. I'll have to take some of them on board. I think the car actually handles pretty well when it's 20 millimeters lower on one side, and got about 40 degrees of camber on one wheel and none on the other, and then heaps of millimeters of toe in on the front wheels. That's never good. Yeah, the car was a mess.
You're a mess, man. That was fun. It was a trip, though. But I tell you what, man. It was a trip watching you, and we enjoyed you doing that. So we know that you had a rough week this week, and we know that next week you'll be back to your normal race. And you've had a wonderful year so far, and we just hope you keep up the good runs, buddy.
Yeah, where are we at next week?
We're going to be under the lights at the Twin Ring Motigue.
Oh, that doesn't sound too good.
Yeah. I just like the way that rolls off the tongue. That the Twin Ring Motigue. Motigue, baby. And
but sorry to cut you off, JD, but I'd like to
just go on and cut me right off there, Corey.
Yep, will do. Thank you. Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Martin Carroll and Dennis Skateric, our KRT's development driver. He outclassed a lot of us today, and yeah, he did really good.
Boy,
Think we might I think after my performance the last few weeks, I might become the new KRT development driver. But yeah, Michael Fulcher had a good result too. So yeah, well done, boys.
oh, it's fantastic. Good. They both did really well. And Jim Davey warned us. He told us about Ryan Shelton, and here he is, guys. He is in the top split now, and it's going to be exciting to see how his year continues. We got lots to talk about here in the post-race show, guys. I'm glad all of you are here. I had a fantastic week off. I missed calling the action, but I do want to congratulate Marty on his victory last week. It was awesome. I did get to go watch it, and good job for those that.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thanks for everybody that filled in, and did good job while I was gone, man. I had a great time. I was about half. I was about half sick, but I went anyways. There was no way in the world I was going to miss it, and had a blast. It was a really good time. The race was phenomenal. The action was even better. It was just a great weekend. The only problem was it was about 10,000 degrees hotter than hell there. It was just so hot. The Georgia sun blaring down all day long. Even the night, at night, you'd think when the sun went down it would cool off, but it was still just beaming heat. I mean, it was so hot. I'll be so glad next year NASCAR announced that this will be the last time that Atlanta Motor Speedway will have the race on Labor Day weekend. We'll be having the second race of the year next year, and we'll be racing in March. So it'll be cool. It'll actually be cool outside, and that'll be nice. But tell you what, boys, I'm happy to be back. The V8's America's season has just been wonderful. Can you believe we're already at the halfway point? We're only a good 6 weeks away from getting our new V8.
Yeah, can't wait to get rid of this understeering monster.
I tell you what, man, I like the way she feels. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the car. But at the same time, I can't wait to see what we get. I feel like it feels like Christmas, man. It feels like Christmas is on the way. I just can't wait to see what we're gonna get.
I can't wait either.
I'm so worried. I'm so excited. I'm excited. I'm worried. The anticipation is killing me. I just something tell. I mean, when you look at iRacing's latest releases of vehicles, they've just been remarkable, unbelievable what they've put out lately, and it just makes me wonder what it's going to be like. What's it going to feel like? What's it going to drive like? What's it going to look like? What's it going to, what's it going to sound like? What's it going to do? What's the racing going to be like? What's this? There's so many unanswered questions, and I just have so much faith in iRacing. I know they're going to, just know they're going to just nail it. And so that's why I'm getting so excited for it. Really looking forward to it. But in the meantime, guys, I would got to say this has been a phenomenal season so far. We're only 6 weeks in. We're at the halfway point. But it has been a remarkable season. You guys have done a phenomenal job. Lots of talent already coming into this series, and we haven't even got the new car yet. So you know that the talent is just going to continue to dump in here. Well, I say dump in here, it sounds bad, but it's going to continue to come once we get that new car. I'm really looking forward to it. We already got some great new talent in here. I got new names that I'm having to learn on the fly because the guys coming up into this top split. Great turnout this week at a track that a lot of people don't really like, and it's just because it's a really difficult track. And I thought that was that's an awesome sign of things to come. I'm really excited about the future of this series. I am just super, super happy.
Yeah, I have to say, there is just one thing I'm worried about with the new car, and that's, are we going to have any of these repeat issues of what this car had with, like the famous rake issue, the casket gate issue, and just the car sometimes generally feeling like crap. I hope we Hope we don't have repeat issues of that.
I say bring it on. I liked how the car drove like when it was the high rake caster gate.
As long
Man,
as it's
y'all.
not
I'm
easy
sure
to
there's going to be
drive.
some tricks. People will find them.
Yeah, I was about to say they're gonna find something. It's inevitable.
Oh,
You gotta believe that it's inevitable.
yeah.
But I'm excited. I am, guys. You know it's gonna be awesome. I mean, who are we kidding, man? It's gotta be. I don't think that they're gonna release something that wouldn't be awesome. I mean, just look at the cars they've released lately and how spectacularly they've been done. The amount of effort and work that iRacing puts into their products is there's a bar that they set, and they're not going to release anything that's under that bar. I've been amazed with everything they've put out recently. I haven't spent a lot of time on Donington yet, and I know we have a race coming up there in is it 2 weeks, I believe. But but when you look at the vehicles that they've released lately, they have just been remarkable. You look at the DW12 Indy car, absolutely stunning. Love driving that car. The BMW is in a class of its own. It's one of the greatest things. The Rough, when they released that car changed the game in iRacing. It really did. It changed. So many people fell in love with that Rough. I've never seen people that just fell in love with a car like that. So you look
Yeah.
at the recently released cars. Now I can't include in that the Toyota Camry and the Camaro, the Chevy Camaro, because they are already built to the specifications of previous built cars. But when they have released a new car with completely new specifications and a completely new car, that has just been remarkable. Unbelievably how great they feel, they look, they sound, just absolutely stunning. And I cannot wait for what we're going to have real soon. It's going to be very exciting, guys. We got a lot to look forward to. I know you guys got to be getting excited. We got the Real World Bathurst coming up in a month now, a little over a month.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. I
Yeah,
can't
we're
wait.
hoping that the car will be out ready for that. So
I,
we're still hoping, still hoping.
I think that it could happen, man. I really do. I think that that'll be a wonderful surprise on iRacing's part. I'll bet that is probably something they're, if not planning on doing, if they're not shooting for that. I would have to say it looks like the timeline would fit. As long as they get the car done in time, you would have to think that the car's already in testing stage at this point, and they're just making minor adjustments at this point. I would think and hope, but only they know that. And
Yeah,
so,
we haven't heard anything for a while. So
yeah, it's been very quiet. It has been very quiet from what I understand. I know I haven't heard anything.
I'll have to start asking them, mate. Get a
Yeah.
post up.
That's actually a good idea. I haven't even been on the forum in about a good 2 weeks as I was under the weather. I know you guys remember hearing me in the broadcast 2 weeks ago, or the week before last, where I sounded like I was dying. That was when I started getting sick, and then it just got terrible. And but I'm finally starting to feel better, so I'm getting back out there and checking everything out. And but I haven't heard anything, man. You guys, I know Jim's already taken. He's already gone. He already took off. But I wanted to ask him what's been going on, and I kind of feel like I'm out of the loop. Maybe you guys can kind of catch me in on any news I may have missed lately.
Did you see last week's race?
I did. I did.
I finally had my moment of glory, JD, and you weren't there for me.
I know, and it made me sad that I was not there, but I was very happy to hear about the result, buddy. Very proud of you. Fantastic result.
I started on the front.
Both me and Kane had your voice ringing in our heads all race, though.
That's right. It would have been awesome. I would have been going nuts. And if I'd have been there, though, that's for sure, man. I really would have. It would have been something else. The only thing that made me mad about my trip to Atlanta Motor Speedway and I'm upset with was I should have brought an actual camera. I was planning on using my phone. And what happened was my phone died, and I didn't realize how hard it would be to charge it. And when you're camping in a tent with
excuses, you're at the pub.
Yeah, I know, man. It just I'm mad. I took about like 12 pictures the whole time. I got a couple videos. That's it. And it's not going to be the case when I go to Road Atlanta next month and Talladega, if I do end up going to Talladega. But yeah, Road Atlanta, I'm really looking forward to. The Petit Le Mans will be very interesting. I've never been to anything like that, guys, so I will be taking loads of stuff, and we're going to be putting it on the broadcast and for you guys to check out. So it'll be pretty cool.
Really?
I should be there.
You're going to Road Atlanta tomorrow night?
No, not tomorrow night.
Oh.
As of Sunday morning.
I should be at the Petit Le Mans also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, man, we'll have to try to meet up. That'd be awesome. That would be really something. I've never been to Road Atlanta, and I've lived about an hour and a half away from there my whole life. That's sad, and that's why I've got to go. I am not going to miss it.
I've been there more times than I can count.
Really? And how is it? I mean, tell me, am I going to love it?
You might want to put on some walking shoes or a bike, one of the two, because it's incredibly long. Like, and the infield is really hilly. So like to get from like turn 5 to turn 2, there's like this massive hill. It just goes straight down and comes right back up. It is terrible to walk on.
So could I bring a bike if I wanted to? They allow that?
I think you can bring a bike and a scooter moped thing, as long as I think you have to have a helmet. I'm not totally sure.
Well, that's cool. I'll just bring a bicycle, and ride it around different parts of the track.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
I probably won't do that though. I'll probably just walk, and then I'll wish I brought a bike.
But yeah, I mean, you can see a lot of the track, especially from Spectator Hill, which is turn 5. You can see all the way from turn 3. See him come down the S's up through turn 5. You can kind of see turn 6 a little bit, and then you'll see him come flying by through turn 8. But there's also that turn 10 complex. That's pretty cool to sit there and watch them try passing each other coming through there. And that's also a great place to listen to the cars.
Well, I'm really, really, really looking forward to it, and cannot wait. But that's a couple weeks away, so got some time to prepare for that. But guys, anything y'all want to talk about today? Any news? Anything you want to bring up?
Painted wheels on the new cars. What's your color?
I'm running pink.
I'm gonna have to run white.
Ah, interesting colors.
Yeah, pink and white. That's not what I was expecting.
I reckon it'll be interesting to see which car each person takes. You're going to see teams be divided over which make to choose.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was thinking. You're gonna have the team argument. Oh, we're gonna be Ford. No, we're gonna be Holt. No. Wait. Well, how about us two drive Fords, and then the dev series can drive. They can drive Holden. Whatever. It's gonna be hilarious, man.
It's gonna be like the real thing. It's gonna be all Holdens and like 2 Fords.
Someone made a comment on the forum about the good thing about it is they're going to actually not see Holden paint schemes on a Ford anymore. So
I know.
I'm still going to put the Volvo on me Commodore.
That's hilarious, man. You know what, man? We might get us a Volvo one day.
Yeah.
You never know.
Actually, speaking of Mercedeses and Volvos and Nissans and Fords and Commodores, I actually want to see a Nissan grab the pole at the Bathurst in real life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
It's got about the same chance as Mercedes.
Yeah, they've got the old pole livery, but I don't think that's going to do it for them.
Oh, I think that might push the Nissan over the edge. Might do it. They might get pole.
Y'all are damn true.
Might end up in a pole.
Yeah. Yeah, that may be the case. Oh, buddy. Well, I am looking forward to it, guys, and I really am happy to be back. And great race tonight. I thought y'all had a phenomenal race out there. It was entertaining. Once again, to the viewers, we do thank you guys very much. I think it's about time to close out the show tonight, guys. Enjoyed it. Just a good week to get back. Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, tough racetrack, and you guys performed very well. and really looking forward to seeing what happens as we have a special race next week under the lights at the Twin Ring Motige, and it's going to be exciting to see that. I hope that it shows up a little better under the lights on the broadcast than perhaps some of the parts of Sebring, but I'm imagining it's going to be about the same. It gets pretty dark out there, but it'll still be really fun. Make sure you guys got you some bright paint or bright liveries on next week, because those dark ones are hard to see in the dark. But
just a quick question: Who next week is going to be running a night light inside their car? Because I'm scared of the monsters.
Corey,
That is so
what?
Corey.
God bless you.
Oh, I love Corey. Oh, too
Well, on a
much.
brighter note, can I have a quick shout out? Can I just have a quick shout out to Brenton O'Brien for filling in last week? He did an awesome job. I just noticed he jumped in and out of TeamSpeak here.
Oh, he should have popped in here, yeah.
Yeah, no, he did a really awesome job in your absence, JD. So, but,
He did. I appreciated that so much. It was so fantastic to have him be a part of the broadcast last week. He did phenomenal. And Jim Davey as well. I appreciated both those guys with the help. I couldn't have done it alone, and those guys made it effortless.
Yep. Well, you just stole my second shout out, but I've also got one more. Happy 35th birthday to our teammate Guto Kilvara. Hope Hope you're having a great day with your family up in the hills of Brazil there with the in-laws. Happy birthday, buddy.
Have you ever seen anybody as smart on cars as Gudo? I seen that video where he went through every car on the street and was like, "That's a this, and it's got this engine in it," and like 45 cars. He knew every make of the car and what size of engine was in it and everything.
The
It was
leaders,
crazy.
that was amazing.
Yeah, he's the host of SDC Street Talk, new TV show.
Awesome.
That was good.
That's awesome, man. He's just a great guy, awesome. And if you ever get a chance just to have a chat with him, just an awesome guy to talk with. So I know I've popped on TeamSpeak before, and he's been in there. It's just been me and him in there, just talking to him for a little while. You'll get smarter. He's something else, man. He's just a great guy. So happy birthday, Guto, and hope you have a great birthday, brother. Enjoy Brazil. And get your football team a little better, buddy.
Oh, I can't believe that. Oh man.
Yeah.
I think that's still
right in the chest.
Yeah, I know that hurt, but it hurt me. It hurt me too, buddy. I wanted to see them do a little bit better than that, but they're awesome, and they still got the rest of the world covered. So just a tough. It was just a tough ending. But happy birthday in all seriousness, buddy. And you guys have a wonderful one. Anything else from anybody else? Anybody else want to throw out a last-minute shout-out before we close this bad boy down?
Yeah, I do want to remind everybody, viewers and drivers and everybody, that tomorrow night we've got our Premier Series back. And I don't know what times that is for you guys in Australia. It'll be 3 o'clock in the morning for me. So
sleep.
Us Americans, to all the American viewers, 3 o'clock in the morning, get up, watch this broadcast. It's going to be fantastic. The Premier Series has been a lot of fun. All the drivers are enjoying it like crazy. Us commentators and everybody on this side of it has been enjoying the heck out of it. It's been a really great series.
And I will make my return. I will be on the broadcast tomorrow or later today. Tomorrow. Yeah. However that works.
Those hours, yeah.
Those hours will get you, man. But yes, I will be back, and so looking forward to it. So looking forward to it. But yeah, man, that's awesome, man. I think that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and having a chat with us. Congrats to Bo Cubis on a fantastic performance tonight. Takes the checkered flag, no problem. Then we had awesome performances by really the whole field. A couple issues from some of the drivers, some technical issues, but other than that, it was a perfect really great race to watch, and I really enjoyed it. It's really good for Laguna Seca, that's for sure. Well, guys, make sure you don't miss us next Wednesday as we head under the lights for a special race out at the Twin Ring Motegi. What'd I say? Uh-oh, bad habits. Come see us next Friday, guys, as we head under the lights. That's right. No more Wednesdays for a while, and that's right. So come next Friday and enjoy this awesome series. The V8's Americas is truly an unbelievable series, as you guys already know. I'm JD Smith, Kane Craft with me tonight. Also, Jim Davey is stepping in the booth. Thanks to the enforcer himself for stepping in during the middle of the broadcast during the race for his in-race reporting tonight. And we'll be back to you guys live next week as we come to you from the Twin Ring Motegi. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.